Welcome to No Controller Cup Chat. I am your host, SGS Stacks, man. And we are about to get into this Detroit game. But first, hold on, chat. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, y'all. All right, where's my cellular device? Yeah, we about to get into this game, chat. My bad. And we're gonna see. We're gonna see. We already had. I ain't gonna say it was an upset, but it was kind of upset. Minnesota already beat. You know what I'm saying? Buffalo today. So to see what. Yeah, this is gonna be mad wild. So. Buffalo already lost today. And we got Jared Goff at home against them Pittsburgh Steelers. You won't be hearing from them today. You'll be hearing from me on this game. And this should be a good one. Should be. I don't know. Pittsburgh might get there. Because Detroit been looking to win for a couple of years now. So I don't think in the offseason that Pittsburgh really put in the work to try to really win, considering y'all let go of the best thing y'all had in the quarterback in Justin Fields. What organizations and people don't realize is that a lot of the shit that was happening was because Chicago was fucking stupid. Chicago didn't do what they needed to build, you know what I'm saying, that franchise around him. So as opposed to building a franchise around him and making him the scapegoat. Detroit's gonna start with the ball. He's got all day. He's got what is he doing? Because that was a sack. That is wild. That was a sack. Okay. Okay.
Off drive back to pass. You got back across the middle. Jahmyr Gibbs. Second and inches. Detroit's got the ball on Pittsburgh's 47. They're across midfield. Man in motion. Got Amon-Ra St. Brown for a first down.
Let's see, man. I'm hoping this game is as good as the Minnesota game. The Minnesota game was actually pretty fucking good.
It looked like they're going to blitz. Play action.
And Jared Goff is not playing. He is not playing. He's already coming out swinging on Pittsburgh, and it ain't shit they can do about it. Ain't shit they can do about it. Pittsburgh can't do shit about what Detroit is doing to them in these first few minutes of this first quarter. And Jahmyr Gibbs is going to go nowhere. He's back at the line of scrimmage. Detroit still got the ball on their own team, on Pittsburgh's team. Let's see what they draw up here, man. Because if Pittsburgh don't stand up, they gonna get ran over all game. Jahmyr Gibbs for a pickup of 1. Hayward is not playing. He said, "You don't run that ball over here." And he is going to be smothered by Pittsburgh defense. They're going to stand up. It looks like Detroit's going to kick a field goal. Let's hear from our sponsor. Credit recovery made easy. Take back control of your credit today. Tyvins Credit Repair Service, 317-583-9983. 317-583-9983. They're working with any budget. Take control of your credit today with Tyvins Credit Repair Service. Detroit puts up 3. And Pittsburgh is going to get the ball. If you want to run an ad on stream, inbox me or Ant Cuz 43 about running an ad, and we will do our best to get your ad ran. Will Howard is going to take over for Pittsburgh for the first time this week in the first season of No Controller Cup. They picked up DK Metcalf in the offseason. I feel like that was a great inquiry. Man, he's going to add some depth for this young quarterback. And that pass is complete to Kenny Pickens. I gotta get an updated roster because Kenny Pickens plays for, or George Pickens. I'm sorry. And Pittsburgh is going to pick up 2. Got the ball on their own 40. Let's see what Will Howard draws. Let's see what they draw up for the young QB now. Let's see what they draw up for him. And this kid's got an arm, dude. I can tell just by how he throws it. I didn't watch a lot of Will Howard college football this year. But I can tell just by the mechanics they have for him in this game. This kid's got an arm, dude. And he's letting it rip. And he's got big DK Metcalf down on the 30, on Detroit's 35. Nice pickup, Kenny. Nice pickup, Kenny. Nice pickup, Kenny. Ooh, and he's going to take a big loss. Hutchinson with the sack. Aiden Hutchinson with the sack. He better be very, very careful in which way he runs. He's got to be very, very careful. Warren, nice pickup, but it's not going to be even close to enough for what they need to pick up a first down. Battle of the defenses. This looks like it's going to be another defensive game here in Detroit. Pittsburgh versus Detroit tomorrow. Screen pass. And he's going to get awful close. Pick up a 13. Robertson there to stop him. And it looked awful close. It looked like he might have got that first down, Chad. It looked like he was going to get it. Oh, they're going to go for it. Mike Tomlin said, "How low can you go?" And DK Metcalf drops the ball. Campbell there to break it up. Detroit's going to take over on their own 28. Mike Tomlin said, "Fuck your defense, stand up, because you gonna have to." Big Mike Tomlin, dog. Big Mike Tomlin. Jared Goff back to pass. And he's got Laporta for a nice gain of 8. 2nd and 2 on their own 36. I wonder if he takes a shot here. I think they go play action, Chad. Yeah, they're going to go play action, try to get this bad boy deep. Oh, no, RPO. He's got St. Brown for a first down. How does Patrick Queen lead this defense? He told them boys, stand up. And he's going to give it to Jahmyr Gibbs for gain of 1. He's not going to get much. Patrick Queen is not playing. He is standing up in the middle of that defense. Mike Tomlin, kudos to you. You have always had an elite defense. Ball on the 49. That pass is complete for 7. 3rd and 3 on Pittsburgh 45. On Pittsburgh's 45. Man in motion. He's going to give it to Jahmyr Gibbs, and he's going to go nowhere. He's had nowhere to run since this game started, and that's going to close out our first quarter. Credit repair made easy. Get back on track fast. Take control of your credit today with Tyron's Credit Repair Service. 317-583-9983. 317-583-9983. Take control of your credit today. And he's going to kick this through the end zone. Will Howard takes the field again. Let's see if Pittsburgh can put up 7 to take the lead against Detroit. Next, we got the Niners versus the Packers. Sorry, y'all, we won't have any Monday games. It'll be Saturday, Sunday. Have to combine Saturday and Sunday to make this work. So it'll be a Saturday, Sunday football. No Monday football, guys. I'm sorry. Will Howard back to pass. And he was nearly picked off trying to get that ball to George Pickens. You have to be careful, young fella. You cannot throw that ball like that into coverage. Double coverage at that. Double coverage at that. You have to be better, Will. You gotta be better. Detroit defense gotta stand up here, man. Who is that? Oh, you like Stacks? You don't even know half their names. No, I don't. Nice pickup, first down. Will Howard, let's see, man. You got to turn it up second quarter, man. For those of you that are new here, chat, welcome to No Control Cup. This is CPU play. 16 teams will battle over 12 weeks for the first ever No Control Cup. There's a 4-team conference swap, and it's all CPU play. Tune in week to week and see who will take home the first ever No Control Cup. And that pass is broken up. George Pickens. Will Howard to George Pickens is broken up. 3rd and 8. Detroit. Do they stand up here? Does Detroit stand up here? 3rd and 8. Ball on the 28. Pittsburgh's 28. Let's go. Will Howard back to pass. He's got all day. And he's got George Pickens, who he's targeted multiple times here in this first half, across the 50-yard line down to the 49 in Detroit territory. Nice throw. He had all day to make that pass. George Pickens is bound to have a big game here in Detroit. And they're moving the ball very well down the field. And DK Metcalf has dropped his second pass today. Electronic Arts, fix your damn game. Empty back set. Pittsburgh, ball over 49, 2nd and 10. DK Metcalf for 3. He's got to get him going in this game. He has to get him going in this game. I don't think Will has the arm power to throw the ball deep. Just hope that he can. Just hope that he can. He's got to find a way to get DK Metcalf the ball down the field. If not, I do not see them winning this game, and they're going to have to punt this ball away. Rather punt it away than take a sack. I get it, but use your legs, kid. Use your legs. I know you're not a mobile quarterback, but hey, it is what it is. Next up, we got the Niners versus the Packers. We got the Niners versus the Packers. And if I'm not mistaken, the Packers are at home versus the Niners. That I'm hoping that will be a great game. So far, this has been an intense defensive battle here. I didn't realize that Pittsburgh had picked up a lot of pieces to make themselves better here in the offseason. Defensively, Detroit has been building for years to become an elite team in the NFL and bring a championship to Detroit. So let's just see what happens, man. He's got St. Brown again for a nice pickup down to Pittsburgh's 46. Jared Goff is having his way with this Pittsburgh secondary. Oh my. Unbelievable one-handed catch. That was amazing, Chad. That was amazing, Chad. Jahmyr Gibbs pick up a 1. He missed his hole by a mile. He missed his hole by a mile. If Detroit does not get this ground game going, it's going to be a very, very, very tough game. Brought back the pass. He's got St. Brown again. And he's got St. Brown again down to the 30. And Detroit is moving this ball well against this Pittsburgh defense. They have to wake up because they look lost out there, Chad. They look lost. Pittsburgh's defense looks lost out there right now. They don't know which way is up. Who's going to stand up and make a play for this Pittsburgh's defense? Flag on the play, and this may be coming back, but it's picked off anyway. What's the call? Ineligible receiver downfield. And Pittsburgh's going to take this ball back. I just said, who's going to make a play? Who's going to make a play for this Pittsburgh defense? Who's going to stand up? Pittsburgh's defense just stand up in Detroit and denied them. That was a bad play by Jared Goff, Chad. It was. They're going to put the ball on the ground with Warren, and he's going to get a pick up a 3. Single back formation. He's got that ball underneath for a pick up of 4. Third and 3. Does Detroit stand up here? and deny this Pittsburgh offense. He's had all day in the pocket since the beginning of this game, chat. He's had all day since the beginning of this game, chat, to throw that football. Detroit has yet to put pressure on the quarterback. And he's got a man across the middle for a fantastic pickup. Let's see, Will Howard, will you stand up against this Detroit defense at home? Detroit looking shook. They don't know what to do. He's scared to look at his yearbook. Cranbrook. And he's going to go nowhere. Loss of two. Loss of two. Detroit is not having it. They are not having it on the ground. Detroit is not having it on the ground, chat. They're not having it on the ground. Welcome to No Controller Cup. If you're new here, 16 teams will battle over 12 weeks for the first ever No Controller Cup. It's a 4-team conference swap and it's all CPU play. I look forward to seeing you in the chat, or in the chat for the stream, week to week. See who will take home the first ever No Controller Cup. After a gain of nothing, Pittsburgh on their own 44, Will Howard drops back to pass. And he's got all day, has had all day, and he's going to let it loose for DK Metcalf. Ball on a 23. He is balling. Will is balling. He just can't put the ball in the damn end zone. He cannot put the ball in the end zone, chat. He just can't. And I just said in the first quarter, he's going to find a way to get the ball downfield to DK Metcalf. Because if he can't, IRL, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very tough for him in his first season in Pittsburgh. And he's got his, that is, this game never ceases to amaze me. It never ceases to amaze me. They do in this game. Second quarter, minute left. Does Pittsburgh punch it in for the lead before the half? Detroit has had a problem moving the football since their first drive. Jared Goff can't get points on the board. And Will Howard has been having a problem with this Detroit defense. He is carving them up. He is carving them up, going crazy before halftime. And we've got our first touchdown in Pittsburgh. Pat, number 88, yeah, my boy, touchdown, let's go. Pittsburgh tutty. Pittsburgh touchdown, and they take the lead before the half. Let's see if Jared Goff can make anything materialize here at home against this elite Pittsburgh defense. The point after is good, and Pittsburgh takes a 4-point lead. Nice way to chew the clock. Mike Tomlin, great as always, man. Great as always. If you missed our first game, it was Buffalo versus Minnesota. Minnesota took that game 28-21 at home against a very tough Buffalo defense. I will have recaps of the game on our TikTok and our league YouTube. And he's broken loose for a touchdown. He's going to take this all the way home. Detroit touchdown on the kickoff. Jamison Williams. Oh my, before the half, way to turn the tide in Detroit. And Mike Tomlin looks pissed. He looks pissed. And the kick after is good. Detroit takes a 3-point lead at home versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Credit recovery made fast. Get back on track. Take control of your credit today with Tyvan's Credit Repair Service. 317-583-9983. 317-583-9983. Let Tyvan's Credit Repair Service help you get your credit back on track. And let's see. Get a back-to-back? No back-to-back. No back-to-back, Chad. No back-to-back. Will Howard's going to take over on his own 30. Let's see if he can pull something out of his hat here with 25 seconds left in the half. And he's going to be sacked behind the line. Hutchinson has not been playing all game long. That is the second time he has sacked him today. Let's see if they let the clock run out here. Darius Slay has had a hell of a game himself. He has practically shut off the right side of the field, or the left side, the right side of the field, I'm sorry, for Pittsburgh here against Detroit. He's made it tough for Jared Goff to move the ball downfield. 10-3 here in Detroit. Will Howard with a passing touchdown. We've got a kick return. This game has been wild. It's been defense, 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 chat. It has been defense all game long. The CPU has been putting on a show, and I really believe that Will Howard may upset Detroit here. In Detroit. Let's see if Mike Tomlin can outcoach Detroit as Will Howard takes the field once again here in the second half. Let's see what they draw up to take the lead back against Detroit. He's got to get DK Metcalf going, and he has to get Warren moving on the ground. Pittsburgh has to make way for this man to run the ball. Hutchinson is going. Why? I don't know why. They keep running the ball that way. I don't know why. Stop running the ball that man's way. He has not given up anything. He's might have given up 5 yards here all in the first half on the ground, himself. Pittsburgh cannot move the ball on the ground to save their life. Will Howard back to pass. He's got DK Metcalf for a first down on their 40. He's got to get him going. He's got to get him going. He has to have a big game. And they're going to run it here. Warren, nice run for about 15, 17, maybe more than that. He's going to get the ball to Pittsburgh, to Detroit's 42-yard line. First down. Nice. That was an amazing run. Amazing run. Amazing. They needed that. They needed that. Let's see if Pittsburgh can capitalize now that they can cross midfield here against Detroit's defense. And Detroit is giving up the run again. Looks like a gain of 16 down to the 26. Warren, I just said Pittsburgh's O-line has to step up in order to win this game, man. They have to. They have to. They're doing amazing, moving the ball down the field. Here to start the second half. Let's see if they can capitalize with a touchdown here in Detroit. If you missed our first game, Buffalo took a loss to Minnesota in Minnesota, scored 28-21, Minnesota versus Buffalo. Amazing game. That was an amazing defensive game. We have another amazing defensive game here. Let's see if Warren can move the ball on the ground. 10 touches for 50 yards. And that was just, I know he picked up most of that in the last 2 runs. 5 yards to carry. Man, he is doing phenomenal. Jared Allen looking on. Mike Tomlin, the play caller, trying to see what he can draw up here on 3rd and 1 to keep this drive alive. And Will Howard's going to get this ball to Pat in the red zone on the 10-yard line for Pittsburgh here in Detroit. Let's see if they can capitalize with a touchdown. Up next, we have the Niners versus the Packers. I'm sorry, guys, I'm going to have to combine Monday's games with Saturday games to make this work. This will be over the course of 12 weeks. So even if you don't tune in today, I look forward to seeing you in stream here soon. Hopefully, I know Kai's got his streamer university going on, but I appreciate y'all for being here with me. It's all love, nothing but love. And Pittsburgh has the ball on the 3. Are they going to punch it in? We're going to close out the night with the Texans versus the Bengals here on No Controller Cup. And Will's got his 2nd touchdown here today to Connor Hayward. Will Howard is having a game here in Detroit. Detroit did not stand up. Even with home field advantage, they did not stand up. If you want to run an ad here on No Controller Cup, get in contact with AntCuz43 on TikTok or on Twitch to get your ad posted here on No Controller Cup. And the kick is good. Pittsburgh takes back a 4-point lead here in the middle of the 3rd quarter in week 1 of No Control Cup. Are we going to see another veteran upset here in Detroit? Buffalo took a loss to Minnesota and J.J. McCarthy 28-21. We've got the Niners versus the Packers coming up next. And to close out the night, the Texans versus the Bengals. Special teams saved them last time. Let's see. They will not save them here again. Ball on the 27 as Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions take the field. He's got to get Jahmyr Gibbs going if they are going to win this game. Like that. Patrick Queen is not having it here in Detroit with this Detroit offense. Jahmyr Gibbs has been damn near obsolete in this game. Patrick Queen, with his 5th tackle here tonight, is not playing that shit. He's got to get St. Brown and Laporta involved in this game if they're going to win. Goff back to pass. First down pickup, Detroit. Let's see if Jared Goff can carve up this Mike Tomlin defense for 6 to steal the lead back against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Jahmyr Gibbs is definitely going to lose a yard here in Detroit. They cannot get the ball moving on the ground, Chad. They cannot move the ball. And if IRL, this happens, they are going to have a very tough time this season moving the football. And he's got his man for a first down across the 50. Don't even know how to say his name. Not going to butcher it. All love here in Detroit. Jared Goff is trying his best to carve up his Pittsburgh secondary, and it's looking very tough. They're putting pressure on him. They're forcing incompletions. They are not allowing Jahmyr Gibbs any breathing room to move the football. Darius Slay with the tackle. Mike Tomlin is coaching the hell out of this game, Chad. Jahmyr Gibbs. Pick up a 2. Let's see what Detroit draws up here on 3rd and 6. And he's got his man for a touchdown. Detroit will take back the lead versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Sam Laporta, touchdown. He is having one hell of a game here in Detroit against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The kick is up, and it is good. Detroit is going to take the lead here against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Credit recovery made easy. Get back on track today. Take control of your credit. Tyvin's Credit Repair Service. 317-583-9983. 317-583-9983. Pittsburgh on the return, and he's going to get this down to the 32, and Will Howard will take the field here again. He has had an amazing quarter here against this Detroit defense, moving the football downfield. Let's see if he can do it again and steal back the lead versus this Detroit football team. The Niners will take on the Packers next. And to close out our Saturday, we are going to be hosting the Texans versus the Bengals. If you missed our first game, I'll do a recap on that later. Buffalo took on Minnesota. Minnesota took that game 28-21 in overtime. That was an amazing defensive game. If you missed it, tune in for the recap. And Will Howard's going to have a 5-yard pass. The boy's got 2 touchdowns. He can have an amazing career in Pittsburgh, given the time and the development. Pittsburgh is one of the more stable franchises in the league when it comes to a head coach. And he's got his man for another first down. It's going to be Austin for a first down from Will Howard. Hutchinson has had a hell of a game here. Let's see if this Detroit defense stands up and denies this Pittsburgh offense. Empty back set. DK Metcalf at the top of your screen. Let's see. And that's exactly who he's going to target for a drop pass. That is his 3rd drop pass today. Electronic Arts, fix your motherfucking game. Single back. Drops back to pass. And he's going to let this one go deep for DK Metcalf along the sideline for a first down. Will Howard is having his way with the right side of this football field and DK Metcalf. That was amazing. Way to keep his feet in bounds, the body control. Oh my. Let's see if Pittsburgh can capitalize here. And he's got George Pickens at the 3-yard line. The 2nd and goal as we tick down here in the final 30 seconds of this 3rd quarter. Does Detroit stand up here? Will Howard is having his way with this Detroit defense. And he's going to throw this out the back of the end zone. Smart play. No need to force an interception if you don't have to. Next up, we've got the Niners versus the Packers. That game is going to be in Milwaukee. In Wisconsin. I'm sorry. Will Howard back to pass, touchdown, George Pickens. And Pittsburgh takes the lead again here in Detroit, giving them boys a run for their money. Giving them a run for their money. Will Howard having his way with this Detroit defense. Mind-blowing. Are we going to have another veteran quarterback upset here today? Credit recovery made easy. Get back on track. Take control of your credit today. The Tyrants Credit Repair Service. The Tyrants Credit Repair, 317-583-9983. 317-583-9983. The kick is good, 21-17 here in Detroit. Let's see what type of game we end up with here at the end, folks. And he's going to come down at the 26, and Jared Goff is going to take the field here for the Detroit Lions. Sam Laporta, St. Brown, Let's see if they can turn it on and steal the lead back from this Pittsburgh team, this Pittsburgh defense. Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield. Wide receiver screen. St. Brown, and he's going to pick up 3, which is, I'm going to put the ball on the ground. And we've got a good one here, y'all. And we've got a great one coming up next. Mike Tomlin coaching the hell out of this Pittsburgh team to try to steal a win on the road against a hostile Detroit crowd. Fourth quarter underway. Jared Goff in the backfield with Jahmyr Gibbs. Let's see if they can put some points on the board. Laporta in motion. Not Laporta. Nice pickup. First down, Detroit on their own 43-yard line. And he's going to be sacked here. And he's going to be sacked here behind the line for what looks to be a 4-yard loss. Ball on the 39-yard line. Let's see what they draw up here to make this third and manageable. And he's going to be sacked again. 5-yard loss. Pittsburgh's defense is not fucking around here in Detroit. Back to pass. Goff. He's going to let it fly for St. Brown. And he's found a way to get the ball across to the 40 here in Pittsburgh territory, to threaten to take the lead here in the fourth quarter. Back to pass. Goff's going to let it go. And he's got Laporta. He's got Laporta for a first down in Pittsburgh territory in the red zone on the 20-yard line. Let's see if Patrick Queen and this Pittsburgh defense stands up here in Detroit and deny them 6. Pick up a 4 for Detroit. Next up, we've got the Niners versus the Packers. And we're going to close it out with the Texans versus the Bengals, chat. Jahmyr Gibbs. Pick up a 7, 8 maybe. First down. Ball on the 9-yard line for Detroit. They are threatening to take this lead from Pittsburgh. Let's see if they can pull it off and steal the lead here in the fourth quarter versus these Pittsburgh Steelers. He's going to give the ball to Jahmyr Gibbs, who goes nowhere. He's going to be tackled for a loss at the 11-yard line. If you're new here, welcome to No Controller Cup. 16 teams will battle over 12 weeks for the first ever No Controller Cup. Here's the twist. It's a 4-team conference swap, and it's all CPU play. I hope to see you in stream week to week to see who will take home the first ever No Controller Cup. Third and goal on the 5. Let's see if Pittsburgh's defense is going to stand up here and take and make Detroit go for 3 or force them to go for it on 4th down and make them take nothing. Jared Goff missed a man wide open. He had his tight end. Don't know why he didn't throw that pass. But it looks like Detroit's probably going to put up 3. Oh, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. Let's see if Detroit steals the lead here in the 4th quarter, and they do. Detroit has a touchdown here in the 4th quarter against these Pittsburgh Steelers. Jameis Williams with his 2nd touchdown today here at home against these Pittsburgh Steelers late in the 4th quarter. And the kick after is good, and Detroit takes a 3-point lead here late in the 4th quarter against these Pittsburgh Steelers. As we get the final 4 minutes underway, Pittsburgh to return the ball, and he's going to get this ball to the 26 here in the 4th quarter. Will Howard having an amazing game here in Detroit against these Lions. Let's see if Detroit can put up points here in the 4th quarter to win this game here in Detroit. George Pickens with another catch here in an already amazing game for him. The Steelers have the ball on their own 42. And it looks like they're going to change the play here. Empty back set. He drops back the pass. They haven't put any pressure on him all night. He has had all day to throw the football against this Detroit defense. He has had all day to throw the ball here against this Detroit defense. Third and 9 here in Detroit. This could be one of the final drives for Will Howard and these Pittsburgh Steelers against the Detroit Lions. Drops back to pass. Will Howard's going to let it go. It's batted away, aiming for DK Metcalf down the field. He's got to get some air under that ball over the defense if he wants to score. Threatening the end zone. I like the play. And they're going to punt this ball away here with 2 minutes and 38 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Out into the end zone, in and out of the end zone here in Detroit. Jared Goff, all he has to do is hold on to the ball for the next 2 minutes and 32 seconds, and Detroit will win this game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Credit recovery made easy. Get back on track today. Working with any budget. Take control of your credit today with Tyvan's Credit Repair Service. 317-583-9983. 317-583-9983. Goff back to pass, and he's going to let this one go deep for Jameis Williams. Down to the 55, to the 15-yard line. Talk about flipping the field. He has had his way here in the second half with this Pittsburgh secondary. He got that ball well over Pittsburgh secondary for that huge play. DK Metcalf looks to be pissed, and we have our 2-minute warning, folks. And we have the ball on the ground. And a Pittsburgh timeout. Let's see if Pittsburgh can stand up here and deny Jared Goff and these Detroit Lions a touchdown here late in the fourth quarter. Jahmyr Gibbs with a 3-yard carry. Pittsburgh with another timeout. Pittsburgh with another timeout. 21-24 here in Detroit, and it looks like Detroit may take this one home and start their season off 1-0. Goff all day, and he's going to throw this ball out of the back of the end zone, and I would think they're going to kick a field goal here to make Pittsburgh have to score. Will Howard has had an amazing game through the air, and they're going to kick a field goal. (27-21), Detroit takes the lead here in the fourth quarter against the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have played an amazing game all game long. Credit recovery made easy. Get back on track. Working with any budget. Take control of your credit today with Tyvan's Credit Repair Service. 317-583-9983. 317-583-9983. And he's going to give him the opportunity to return this. I would have kicked it through the end zone. And he's going to get this ball to the 26 as DK Metcalf has dropped half of his targets today. We get underway in the last minute 41 here in the fourth quarter. Whole squad on their rear. Will Howard back to pass. And he's got Pat again for a first down. 1:30 left in this quarter. Let's see if Pittsburgh can put up points here to take this game away from Detroit here in the fourth quarter at home. No huddle offense for Pittsburgh. Let's see what they draw up. Single back set. Howard all day long to let this thing fly, dude. And he's got his man for a nice gain down to the 37 into Detroit territory. Will Howard has been amazing here in the second half of this game. Nice pickup from Patterson. .108 left. Howard back to pass, and he's going to get rid of it. As opposed to taking you out of field goal position, he's got smart move to get rid of the ball, looking downfield. I wish he would use his legs more. Hopefully he does IRL and make Pittsburgh entertaining to watch with George Pickens and DK Metcalf alongside him. And he's going to let it go to DK for what looks to be a gain of 5. And it is 3rd and 4 with a minute left on the 31. Let's see if Pittsburgh can put up points here in the fourth quarter to snatch the game away from the Detroit Lions. And it's incomplete. And he's going to be hit as he lets it go. It's incomplete. Let's see if they go for it here on 4th down. 55 seconds left in the game. 4th and 4. Does Detroit stand up here, or do they allow Will Howard to take this game from them in the Pittsburgh Steelers? And that ball is knocked loose. It looks like Detroit's going to take this game home. They're going to start the season 1-0 versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Amazing defensive first half here in Detroit. Here in Detroit against these Pittsburgh Steelers. Victory formation. Pittsburgh uses their final timeout, and this game has been won. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you for being here with me. I know there's other channels you could be watching, but I appreciate y'all for being here with me. All love, nothing but love, all the time. It is your boy, SGS Stacks. This is No Controller Cup. Up next, we have the 49ers versus the Packers, and then we're going to close it out with the Texans versus the Bengals at home. The Texans. 3rd and 12. Victory formation. This game is as good as over, chat. Next week, Pittsburgh will be at home against the Saints. The Lions will be at home against the Packers. If you missed the first game this evening, and that will wrap it up for the second game of Week 1, No Controller Cup, Pittsburgh versus Detroit. Hell of a game. Tomlin coached his ass off, just wasn't enough to pull out the dub here in Detroit. Don't go nowhere, chat. We're about to start our Niners-Packers game. And to close it out, we've got the Bengals versus the Texans. And tomorrow, we've got 4 more games coming at you. The Raiders versus the Saints, the Bucs versus the Commanders, the Cowboys versus the Ravens, And to close it all up on Sunday, we will be going with our rookie showdown, Shedeur versus Cam Ward in Tennessee. No, in Cleveland. I'm sorry. In Cleveland. Let's look at these stats. Will Howard had an amazing game. 327 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Amazing game, Will Howard. Jared Goff, he really played like a bum. But he managed to squeak by, get the win. 344 passing yards and 2 touchdowns here to win this game at home for these Detroit Lions. Jalen Warren, 57 yards. Jahmyr Gibbs, disappointing game, 11 touches for 13 yards. They could not get the ground game going against this Pittsburgh defense. Montgomery, 1 touch for 3 yards, disappointed. I can't even say this man's name, and he had a hell of a game. DK Metcalf had a hell of a game, even though he dropped 5 passes, 124 yards, receiving, no touchdown here in week 1. Sam Laporta with 107 yards and a touchdown here for Detroit, here in the win against Detroit to help them win this game against a very, very tough Pittsburgh defense. Amon-Ra St. Brown for 98. George Pickens, 61, and a touchdown. Amazing game, you guys. Jamison Williams made a ton of big plays here in this game to help them win. Amazing game from this young fella. I will be looking forward to seeing him play the rest of the season. He's got a touchdown and 93 receiving yards. Defensively, amazing. Patrick Queen, 6 solo, 1 assist, 2 tackles for a loss. But the real player of the game here has to go to Aiden Hutchinson. This man gave Will Howard the fucking blues all game long. Sacked twice, and a solo tackle. That man had an amazing fucking game defensively for Detroit. And that's going to wrap up the Detroit game. Let me see. Here we are about to get into Cameron Hayward had a hell of a game too. But Patrick Queen, middle linebacker for Detroit, amazing game. Let's hear for our sponsors before I come back for the Niners and the Packers. Credit recovery made easy. Get back on track fast. We work with any budget. Take control of your credit today with Tyvan's Credit Repair Service. 317-583-9983. 317-583-9983. Let Tyvan help you get your credit back on track. All right, chat. Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back for the Niners versus the Packers in Wisconsin.